Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, and today we're going to talk about summer 2025 box office predictions. Look, with Thunderbolts coming out tomorrow, we are now officially in summer box office season. Yes, Sinners does not count as a summer box office movie. It came out Easter weekend. Now you're going to, and also it came out the week before what normally will probably be like next year. I'm assuming Avengers Doomsday moves up a week. Actually, I somehow really doubt that because I do not think that movie's making that release date, but that's a separate situation coming all about. Anyway, traditional summer box office is usually the first Friday in May up until Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to guess what the summer 20 in order, not how much they make. Actually, some of it will be how much they make worldwide, not just domestic. And thoughts. Now, full disclosure here, I can't officially say what movies I have seen, but I can say if a movie came out in May, is a movie coming out in May of 2025, I have seen it. I cannot talk about said movies, but I can say I have seen them. Okay. And if a movie comes out in June or July, I will say I have seen a few of them. That is it. I won't say which ones I've seen, what test screenings I've gone to, all of that. But this is a general consensus based off what I think the box office will be. And we'll circle back to this about 2 weeks after Labor Day to see where it all shook out. And we're going to start off with, we're going to work our way back from 10 to 1. Okay. So 10, this is full worldwide gross. I think number 10 will be John Wick Ballerina. And look, we finally get to see the Anna de Ramis, super badass spy. I think the John Wick audience will return for this movie. It is made by the John Wick people. This isn't like that really bad Peacock show that everyone hated. And I think this is going to be good since this is also a prequel now to John Wick 5, which is coming out allegedly in 2 years. Number 9, Freakier Friday. Now, this I have not seen at all. I don't know anyone who has gone to a test screening for it. I don't know if the Zoomer aspect of it with the four-way swap is going to be cringe or fun. But this is where It Ends With Us came out. It's on that same release date now, and that seems to be a good thing for like women movies. And it should do a lot of money from millennial nostalgia. Lindsay Lohan is back, the whole thing. Number 8, 28 years later. Now, it's I know 2 movies are here in the top 10, which is interesting. 28 years later has a lot of hype behind it. I have not seen this movie at all, but allegedly from people I know who have, they say it's the best zombie movie we've had in a while, and they specifically say movie because they're like, yeah, The Last of Us is more entertaining or whatever. But I think this is a good fight. Number 7, the movie that has a $700 million budget, the Apple TV/Warner movie, F1 with Brad Pitt. This is our first Oscar movie that is on the list. That's right. F1, Brad Pitt being amazing, driving, and I get it. F1 is the target to NASCAR's Walmart. I know that comment pisses people off, but it is what it is. I think F1 will be 7 worldwide. 6, Superman. Now, the press junket for Superman starts in 3 weeks. And look, I think Superman's going to be very good. From what I know, from people who have allegedly seen it, it's different. It's different from it's different, okay? But they enjoyed it. I'm a fan of David Cornset. His stylist has a podcast which I'm a huge fan of. It's called the Manly Things Pod. Not quotation marks, parentheses. Sometimes, look, I think Superman is going to do well. I don't think Superman's cracking $1 billion worldwide. By the way, I also don't think the movie that I think will make more than it is also crossing $1 billion worldwide, which comes to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, I think, will do better critically and box office wise than Superman because it looks very different. Completely, the whole retro futuristic Jetson Earth of 1960s, and I think Thunderbolts. Spoiler alert: the end credits scene is going to hype up the movie, Though it's weird because that Thunderbolt scene, spoilers, skip like a minute. It's clearly lifted from Avengers Doomsday. It's clearly the cold open to Avengers Doomsday where the Fantastic Four got destroyed. Now I don't know if it's either by because I haven't seen it. I don't know if Galactus destroys the Earth or Doom destroys the Earth, but we know the Four and the kid escape and the robot, and then they crash on our Earth. Okay, so yeah. Next, Mission Impossible 8. This movie is long. It's 3 hours, but it is a glorious fucking 3 hours. Okay, Tom Cruise is back, and it sucks that the stunt, Oscar isn't in next year's Oscars race at all. It's not till 2 years from now, which kinda makes me think we're getting another Mission Impossible movie, even though I think this movie is a good way to end it. I don't think you need to end it, but if you're like, okay, we're done, and Tom Cruise wants to do that movie where he's going to shoot something in space, and we have Top Gun 3 coming out, but I think this movie is a lot of goodwill back. I know a lot of people had issues with Dead Reckoning Part 1 or whatever, because it really felt like half, and the entire movie was about going to what people thought was about going to the motorcycle jump and the Elsa death and all the other shit that happened. Look, this is number 4 on my list because the next 3 are pure nostalgia bait, and they're all going to make $1 billion. I think Mission Impossible will be the closest of 4 through 10 to make $1 billion, but it will not hit $1 billion. Which comes to my number 3, the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Now I don't know if you've seen the videos on TikTok of the dragon they brought in for at the Universal Studios, but How to Train Your Dragon looks visually amazing. The dragon looks real. And I think this is a key thing with also my number 1 is that the nostalgia bait is back. The How to Train Your Dragon animated movies are fantastic, all 4 of them. And the fact that we're gonna get 4 live actions of these movies is great. Because the first one is truly amazing, and how the Vikings become friends with the dragons, and it's beat for beat the movie. Maybe a little more of extension because it's live action, but it's beat for beat. I think How to Train Your Dragon is going to be playing nonstop in the office. I mean, not in the office, in the movies for a while. Like it will constantly be rotating between 3 through 7 for top weekend totals. Number 2, the new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World, whatever. I have no idea what it's called, but this is the Scarlett Johansson Jurassic Park movie. This is from the trailers. It starts in New York, and then we're back on the island. And despite everything, these Jurassic Park movies constantly make $1 billion worldwide because people are obsessed with dinosaurs. And also, we're good. It looks like the dinosaurs are practical effects. Again, they're not CGI messes. I don't know what our super new T-Rex Velociraptor combo is. No Chris Pratt or any of the people from the Chris Pratt universe of Jurassic Park movies. It's Scarlett Johansson. It's the dude from Wicked, and Mahershala Ali are heroes in this new trilogy of Jurassic Park movies. I think it's going to be number 2. I think it's going to make 1.4 billion worldwide. There we go. Number 1, and this is a movie it's fucking phenomenal, and I have a lot of thoughts about it because when it officially comes out, I really want to talk about it. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is going to make, I think, approximately what Deadpool and Wolverine made last year. I think this movie is going to constantly be in like 2, 3 for the entire summer. Also, the toys, and they're going to have to pump these movies out quickly because they kind of like are cheating with the CGI a bit because Cleekly, Jumba, the aliens that hang out with Lilo, aren't they have human disguises now, which is a smart play on the CGI of the aliens. We saw there's still Gantu, right? There's the evil hamster, there's the whale lady, and obviously Stitch looks as realistic as possible of what I think Stitch would look like. Now, this is the Stranger Things problem is the little girl who plays Lilo, you have to bang out these movies quickly because she's going to age and turn into like a teenager very like soon. So if you're gonna do Lilo and Stitch, which by the way, don't do Lilo and Stitch. Stitch has a glitch. That movie sucked. But if the second one is going to be the introduction of the cousins, right, which introduced 625 and Sparky, it's really amazing how I remember everything that happened in the Lilo and Stitch series because the Lilo and Stitch series is actually phenomenal. It's a good hybrid of like Pokemon, a new cousin, and everything. And obviously, we're not going to do the show version, but I think they could change up the second potential movie a lot because I know we're going to get Sparky and I know we're going to get 65. I hope we also get Angel which was Stitch's girlfriend, even though they're all quote unquote cousins. I know that's a whole thing. And obviously, this animation to make the cousins look real, right? Because 65 kind of is like a golden retriever, and Angel is like a pink golden retriever, and Sparky is a lot like Pikachu. And then I guess we're gonna see the gumballs and how they get wet. They turn into the monster, the cousins, and the whole thing. That's right. And then I guess for the third movie, I don't know if you do the Leroy and Stitch because this is going to be kind of hard to do because I don't know if you could just jump in through where like, oh, we caught all 627 cousins and now here's Leroy. Like, I don't know how you do a potential third movie. I don't know what you do, but I do think the second movie has to be, with the cousins and all that. But this movie's going to make bank. It's very good. It's beat for beat the live action and the cartoon we all watched when we were a child. I'm excited to see this in IMAX. I like Lilo and Stitch. Fundamentally, is going to be great. All the Stitch toys, the new Stitch, maybe the cartoon will air again. It's really interesting since Disney Channel hasn't aired Lilo and Stitch in forever. And then apparently there was like some Japanese spinoff of Lilo and Stitch. And then we meet Lilo's daughter because like it's a whole thing. It's weirdly sad what happens to Stitch post the movie. It's like in the Disney universe. Very upsetting. But I think Lilo and Stitch is gonna make bank. This is now I also think I don't know what the rules are for best animated like movies because I don't know if How to Train Your Dragon or Lilo and Stitch would be eligible for this because they're not animated, and this is the whole like thing with that. So yes, Stitch and the Dragon are, but whatever.